My name is Minister Inky. I am the naturopathic doctor and the spokesman for the Melanin Verse Diabetes Ministry. Every time you go to the supermarket without the electrician grocery shopping list, it's like putting a loaded gun to your head. Stop playing Russian roulette with your life. Help us make America great again. Learn how to save time. Learn how to save money with the electrician grocery shopping list on Amazon now. Go to Amazon now. The life you save may be your own.
The world knew New York as Muslims, as gods. When I was growing up, we had knowledge of self. I was a god body. I'm still acknowledging myself as that. I had knowledge of self. New York, we need to get back to being civilized. F this gang shit. F the blood. F the crip. Let's go back to the season, nigga.
Back to the
Let's go back to being civilized.
Myron! Myron! What are you doing? What you doing?
What you talking about? What am I doing?
You reading them nasty books again, right, Myron?
Everybody reading those nasty books, man. You scared the hell out of me. What you talking about, man? Well, I ain't did that in about 2 weeks.
You called yesterday 2 weeks. What you reading? What you reading?
You scared the goddamn book, man. Dr. Inky. I went on Amazon and got 3 Dr. Inky books because I'm reading about melatonin and biochemistry.
What is, Myron, that's not even a, first of all, it's not melatonin and whatever it is that you just said. It's melanin and biochemistry. You can't even pronounce the word, so how you reading? How you reading, Myron?
I'm not looking at the pictures. I got the books right here. I'm looking at the pictures. You know, ain't nothing nasty about this. So what are you talking about? And all the books right here. What are you talking about?
Myron, you don't even know how to read. Every time we get mail, you bring it to me. You think I don't know that?
I got hooked on Phoenix. Now, what you talking about? I was hooked on Phoenix, so I know how to read.
As of when? Because first of all, hooked on phonics, I believe it's for kids. There's no such thing as hooked on Phoenix. And if I recall, you're the same person that thought reindeer was pronounced reinder, and you're the same person that thought pigeon was pronounced piggion. So it makes sense that you went to hooked on Phoenix.
Man, it's just a dumbass.
No,
you always trying to say somebody can't read. I know exactly what I'm talking about, man. I'm reading the book. I got the goddamn receipt right here. I got the goddamn receipt right here for the books. What you talking about?
Well, you need to return them for somebody who know how to read them. And I still don't. It's probably all type of stuff in the inside of the books, Myron. That's how sneaky you are. Give me the books. Give me the books, Myron.
Hell no.
Give me the books, Myron. Give me the books, Myron.
I'm not giving you. No, I got these books off Amazon. I'm not giving you the books. Ain't that no?
Yeah, well, bye.
I've been in this game. Yeah, animals to the shit.
The gods have blessed us. We must act now. We must act now to save us, to save our souls.
Men, we must act now to save our souls. Oh my goodness, today we start a new show, new concept. New show, new concept. You know, I kind of sat back and just analyzed the last couple of months. And the people said, Inky, we love you, but you got to do something different because you gotta do something different. So I said, you know what? I got you. Let me go dig in the let me dig in the stash. Let me figure. And I came to the simplest conclusion one day listening to Clubhouse. I said, you know what? It's just so much, I don't want to say dumb niggers. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like, yo, we just have to have it smart. Like, the internet needs smart niggas. Listen to this. It's a concept. The internet needs smart niggas. I get it. We love entertainment, but the internet needs smart niggas, right? So we're going to bring that to you. And the first one to tap in for the day is Jamal Saladin. Everybody, give it up for Jamal Saladin.
Jamel Saladin.
Jamal Saladin, a.k.a. Poker Face in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. I'm here. Apologize for any grass cutting. My grass cutter's outside cutting the grass, so I apologize to everybody. He'll be done soon. But thank you for setting this up, and can you listen to your intuition, to the universe, or whatever? And we got this done. And sometimes everything starts with an idea, then you set it, manifested that joint, and I just want to say this before we go back to you. A lot of people, they don't start something because it's not perfect, right? So they just keep on waiting. And then the longer they wait, they come up with more ideas. And then the next thing, they turn around and they got this massive idea. And they're like, yo, how am I going to start this now? You should have started when it was just a little idea and just mended it on the way. Right. Yeah, that's it.
That's a fact.
We here, though, man. We here.
Man, listen. And the gods, we getting ready to get crazy, man. So we're gonna do the same.
Artificial intelligence. Is that your real icon? It's giving me a python.
Woo! I can't even put the intro on. The intro ain't but a few seconds, but I can't fully just launch an intro. How about put the intro on? We still missing things. We still missing some things. You know what? Maybe we should get to this because I need you real quick to tell a truth. I need you to tell a quick truth. Not a big one, tiny one, but one that needs to throw on the record for just for record purposes. When did we come up with this?
When did we come up with this? This what we doing right now?
Yeah, like maybe what?
I was 30 days. Yeah, it wasn't even 30 days ago. It was
about a couple weeks.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Okay.
Few weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because here's the thing: the videos that have managed to come out over the last couple of days, I was like, "Yo, this is crazy." It's almost like a layup. It's like God is also in agreement. Like God is saying, yes.
Omens, bro. Omens. This is what I tell people all the time, bro. So people make fun of the old shaman on how they used to be able to throw bones down on the ground and be able to see what's going on. But what you didn't understand is it wasn't that they were throwing bones down. It was patterns. So if they threw it down and then they seen a particular pattern, then they could say, okay, according to history, this would happen, right? And this happened with the patterns is all around you, believe it or not, all around you. Now that I say this, you may take notice of a bird flying over, but the whole thing is to pay attention to what happens when that particular thing happens, right? So when you tapped into something, man, I remember the law of attraction had came out and everyone kind of like just gravitated to the law of attraction mania, and they didn't even know law of attraction was a bigger set of universal laws, right? But when you do tap in to all the universal laws and really start to like implement it in your life, man, the answers will start to come to you, and people will look at you like a prophet, and you're like, yo, bro, you got the same ability. You just not tapping into, you're not paying attention to the universe. The universe is always speaking. You ain't paying attention, bro. So you right on cold, Dr. Inky. You right on cold, bro.
I'm telling you, because I really just felt like it was a time where the internet is getting so crazy, so many areas. It's like,
Like, look, here's a prime example. Do you know Saladin? Zip damn near getting ready to become a nutritionist coach over there on that couch. I'm talking about, yo, my man got daily food advice over there.
Oh yeah, okay.
Daily food advice. Yo, fuck all that salad shit. We just gonna have steak and tap water every day.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the chat, and it's like 100. Yeah, I'm like, wait. Okay. We already had an argument about this. He already told me that his target demographic doesn't have any children in it. His largest group is 30 to 50.
Okay.
Which means 3 out of 5 of those guys all have diabetes or heart blood pressure. 2 out of 5 of those guys have both, which means 1 out of 5 niggas watching his channel, their kidneys are failing right now.
Yes.
So if he has 10,000 people watching his stream, 2,000 of them are having kidney trouble right now.
Right.
And he's suggesting to people with kidney trouble that they go get steak and tap water.
But then it's not just him suggesting it, right? Because I don't look at him as like so much of the like he's not what shocks me, right? He has to do whatever he needs to do to keep his channel going and his brand. It's the people that tap. You know, people tapped into me this morning. I was getting all type of messages on the phone. Yo, Zip said this, and I'm like, bro, why are you listening to him? And he's wrong. And but like you said, you go down the chat
because he is entertaining. Listen, Zip is the GOAT at pure entertainment and pure effery. Pure effery. Zip is the king of pure effery.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it ain't Zip. Zip is on code. Zip is on code. How you gonna blame? You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as someone knows who they are, I don't have a problem with them. So if they know, yeah, I'm out here doing wicked business. And it's the people that follow him who think, I'm like, yo, y'all really 85% is like that. Y'all can't even look up for yourself. The truth? Yeah, y'all got it. I'm good. Jedi, what's good, bro?
What's good, brothers? I know I came in a little
I
late.
got the intro. I'm just waiting to see Crip face pop up before I put our little 30-second little fake. It ain't even, after a couple of weeks, I get to work on it a little bit more and put us something together. I ain't put the faces in and all that yet, but I still feel like we ain't really live until you know what I mean?
Not true.
So
but I'm just
tapping from Cali. I know over there it's 8 o'clock in the morning.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning over there. Damn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'm just listening in on what you guys were saying, and I think it's funny because it sounds fucked up, but then I could also see where it's like a good thing. You know, like stupid has to go out anyway.
Yeah.
But enough people got to be stupid and make the mistake so that other people can learn to do better.
Yeah.
So I give thanks for all those dumb motherfuckers that want to do that, because some, the ratio of men to women, heterosexual male to heterosexual, that's all of that stuff improves for the living. Maybe that's a real selfish way to look at it, but I think it's more useful than trying to get caught up with them dumb people. Matter of fact, I wish there was a way that we can find out all the people that subscribe to that, so that we could retarget them with all them kidney problems, the solution to their kidney problem.
They don't want the solution, bro.
No, but they want it, but they're only gonna want it when their penis stops working.
Listen. Let me say this.
You know, when they start to feel it.
Wait. Let me say this though. Look.
Yeah.
When it comes to the kidney thing, right? And this is why it's so. Yeah. That's why I had to, and I guess God just be ragdolling me around, throwing me wherever. But so how I go. People, you get trends. You got people hitting you up for consultations. You get trends, and then you all of a sudden go, okay, so this is a thing right now. So the kidney failure thing just start back to back. Even got some news. So the kidney failure thing is just all over the place right now. So
right.
The most important thing about it is that for most people, there are no symptoms until death.
Oh,
This is
word.
the craziest. This is the craziest thing. There's no symptoms until you're like maybe 5 days out. Now, there are some symptoms, but the symptoms are ignorable.
Subtle.
Yeah. So you might get a little swelling around the ankles, or you might see your face is puffy, or, you know, you might have some lower back. You might have some lower back pain or something. But if you have lower back pain, you're going to go get some dones or do some stretches. If you look puffy, you're gonna assume that the reason you puffy is because of, you know, you smoked some, you smoked something, you didn't know what it was, or you had a beer, or you went to a party, or who knows, you might be on a good diet, but you might have had a cheat day, and you're like, oh, you know what, that must have been them cookies or them kids, that must have been that, or you just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they out there, you know, they still doing their thing. They might think it's the last person they slept with. Like, you just never know what pops into people's minds. But the one thing that never pops into your mind is that you got 3 days to live. See, that's the one thing I'm sure no one's thinking. I may only have 3 days to live. Like, because that's what's going on. People are chilling. They dancing. Oh, yo, Bibby is a rat. Ah, yo, roll that weed up. Ah, then they go right to the hospital. And then the dancing stops. The partying stops. The ignorance stops. And the doctor's like, yeah, so you got anybody that could give you a kidney? Or you going to hit the Cash App or the chat room for a kidney? Like, what we doing?
Yeah, man.
And do know, when you give away a kidney, right? Because there's got to be some education. They pushing this idea about give away your kidneys. If you got healthy kidneys, give away one. And I'm saying to myself, you niggas do realize you got 2 kidneys, right? So that means that there's a possibility that God may have given you, like you got 2 batteries, you know what I'm saying? One battery drain out, then that other battery turn to kick in, right? I may need these jokers here. One of these may go bad, then that other one may have to. So if I should so happen to be a 30-year-old and say, oh yeah, I got 2 good kidneys, and then give my man one of these joints, and then by the time I turn 45, my good kidney has now taken over work of 2 kidneys, because now it's alone. And, you know, it's absorbed the cigarettes and the Pepsis and the whoop, whoop, whoop. And so now the fried chicken has also caught up with this kidney. And so now, now I need a kidney transplant because I gave away my other kidney. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, work.
And I'm telling you, this has been a personal thing in my life. I guess I didn't even, sometimes arrogance, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just overlook stuff. But I can go back years to a time where my daughter's grandma was dying, kidney failure, and they wanted to see if she was a match for the kidney and possibly change her. And she was a kid at the time.
Do you know
so they
what?
had to ask, wait, so they had to get parent permission. She was like 16, 17, close to, you know, she was older, but she was, you know, she still needed that permission. She wasn't 21, you know, she wasn't. And I didn't even wait till she finished the sentence to find out who the kidney was for. Before you said no.
Hell nah.
Right. And so she got mad with me for a long time. You know what I'm saying? It lasted for a long time because, you know, especially after her grandma passed, she's, you know, but I didn't say no for your grandma. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know it was for your grandma just yet. I'm just like, no, you 16. And you a wild 16. She's one of my babies that don't follow the program. You know what I'm saying? She's not Chase or one, you know, she's not vegan from life. Like, she's different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, no. You probably gonna need those. You're gonna need one of them. You're gonna need both of them things there to get you through 50. You may not even. We need them both to get us through 100. You know what I'm saying? But some people gonna need both of them joints to make it to 50. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things we got to talk about. And then I wanted to couple this black issue with it. I got to keep coupling that together because I think that's the biggest problem. For instance, person goes to the hospital, Doc, how did this happen to me? Right? Because if you healthy, you bunsing, you playing basketball, you having a good time, and then all of a sudden, doctor's like, yo, you got 3 days. Let's figure out who you can get one of these kidneys from, or put you on a list or something, or put you on some tests, or whatever the process is. You want to know before that, like, yo, how is this even happening? How is this real? Like, how do I just go to sleep healthy and wake up like this? Like, what's the causes of this? And when they say, well, you know, the risk factors, you know, we already see that you have the major risk factor, and you like, wait a minute, how you see I got a major risk factor, and we in the emergency room, like we in the talking room, like we ain't did no blood work, we ain't do no test yet. How you know I got a risk factor? I said, well, because
boy China Brent said, "Thank you for saving the world."
Wait. He said,
now that's crazy because I don't even know why he's over here like that.
Oh, he in the chat? China comes through. China comes through, man. I'm telling you.
Okay. China's up early morning getting the knowledge. Okay.
Listen, China is over there on the 050 thing hustling. China is a Lil Wayne. See, Lil Wayne running around with that styrofoam cup, making people believe he got heroin and lean and all kind of shit in there. Meanwhile, he's a college student. I found out he was a college student.
China's one of the best trolls. Like some people say they trolls, but they don't perfect it. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the best.
China's in the closet.
In the game, though. We're
gonna get him to come out the closet. We're gonna get him to come out the closet. He's in the closet right now. Yeah. But we're gonna get him to come out the closet. Listen, we're gonna get, because see, we had a time period where the H sexuals was in the closet. They did their thing, put the world on notice, and they came out the closet. Now we still having a problem where the intellectuals is in the closet. Yeah. So we're gonna have to get these intellectuals out the closet. See, that's the first thing I did with Zip. I had Zip on the internet, Mr. I kill him. I did 20 years. I'm good. He was like, well, let me tell you what books I read. I read all these books. And he was saying he went to college. I was like, you know what? Yeah, we got to get the smart niggas online, man. The world needs us, man. And we got to bring the brothers out that smart niggas in the closet. We got to get them a safe, judgmental, free space where it's okay to be intelligent a little bit. Like you could let that out. Because he can't do nothing over there. Saladin. Harlem Legend. Can Harlem Legend read books for real?
Yo, dig this though. I don't want to be all over the place, bro. You was talking about the kidneys and you was asking some really good questions. I want Jedi to chime in here, man. You know, Crip gonna get here when he get here, but bust it, bro. I did several shows on one of the contributing factors to this kidney failure, and when you really look up of how much high fructose corn syrup is in what you eat and drink.
Hold up. We're gonna reset. We're gonna reset.
Artificial intelligence. Is that your real icon? It's giving me a python. I think you need to see him. Eggplant to your DM. So I'ma put it on you in the worst way. That DHA got that melanin shake, and I call my spear for that shake the Francis Bacon. Listen, even if it's silicone or belly fat, I got a vegan substitute for that biscuit with a jelly at.
Yo, I dig that.
Hold up. We got to start right there where Saladin took us, because that is the other part. I was gonna stagger it to get there, because the black thing is so much bigger, because it underlies the other two things as well. So it's three things that's attached to blackness, but one is just black in itself. You black, they already saying it's gonna happen sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? But
see, even saying that, you can't. That's not a explanation. Yo, it's going to happen sooner or later. Why? Because we don't understand DNA. We don't understand the code that's in our body is going to adapt to how that person lived, and as it adapts, it's going to pass it on where that person procreates. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, it's gonna happen sooner or later if you don't break the curse. Though you got to do is start to understand, like, what I'm doing, I'm going to pass down to my kids, and it's just not genetics. It could be behavioral too, is what I'm telling you.
Well, most kidney stuff is not genetics. Unless you have kidney disease and they pronounce it early on in childhood or something like that, it has to do 100% usually with lifestyle and diet, etc., etc. And
all of that.
And then the genetics is proclivity to damage from the overall diet. So because black people, brown people, melanated people, people with pigment, how we want to phrase this, Moors, Akademiks, Israelites, you know,
whatever you is,
yeah, there you go. But you're all classified by hospital folk as black folk, right? So you walk in there, they say, "Oh, black folk, yeah, oh yeah, you," and then so you ask the super question, you get, "Well, what's black folks? What does that mean?" I say, "Oh, well, you know, you're." So they don't even know what black means. If I ask 20 different people give me 20 different answers. So that's why it got crazy, because you got a risk factor for something that's killing thousands of people a day. 2,000 people a day die from kidney failure in America. 2,000 people will die today from this while we're doing this video. 2,000 people today, every day. You're black. Same thing, diabetes. And so the issue also compounds because you can't find the trigger inside the kidney. The trigger is the carbs and the protein. It's the diet. It's the carbohydrates and the animal proteins together. And then you have oxidated cholesterol that also plays a big role. So it's not an intrinsic kidney thing. You know what I'm saying? But this is why no one has the info. We just got to talk about this shit. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I just made me want to open this thing up. But yeah, I think it's only gonna get worse, man. Because people don't know.
It is. Absolutely.
People. I mean, the compounding effect. Like, if we think about what it is that people are getting shoved down into their mind every day, it's fear. And so, as fear compounds like a friggin' snowball, and then people compensate with that fear by going to things that stimulate dopamine, aka the sugar, aka the sweet, the salty, the crunchy, the whole nine. It's just gonna get worse. So the only thing that we can do is lay out all the things we've already been doing, like all the stuff in your books, Nikki. You tell people you drink your water like this, you take your minerals like this, you stay physically active, you try to get sun. You know, we all try to tell people the same thing, but I think what keeps people from doing it is themselves, their mindset. Like, they're not having the mindset and not having the support. So, like, we could keep on repeating it over and over and over.
Support. Wow, that's
big.
Yeah,
no, this is what I'm so, and then even more so going into mindset, what I've learned, like, in this year, is that when we approach changing our minds, like, we try to do it from a mental, not realizing that it's our physiology that imposes itself on our psychology. The way that we have our body, the way that we position our body, and the emotions that are anchored to that position, that creates the disposition for our emotional state. So, like, when we tell people, "Oh, change your mind," hold on, got this thing on there. When we tell people change their mind, we have them try to do the work, or put on some binaural beats, or write down the things that the first thing that they should do is sit and think about a time where they wanted something and they were fucking victorious getting it, and assume the posture of the feeling of getting that thing that they really wanted, and then stay in that posture, and from that posture then go into whatever it is that they're trying to do. You know, like, I don't know if y'all know, but Inky, you knew that over the summer I damn near couldn't walk for like a month. And it's in doing the psychosomatic therapy and doing the different things that I had to do to assess which emotions were locking up my fascia in my lower spine, that I realized I had to shift my body before I can even address the emotion. Like, I had to go into.
Sometimes you have to expose sometimes you have to tap in, and the only way to do that is to people have to physically address the tissues in their body. Like you have to physically, like it's like exercising on a certain level can be viewed as like putting your hand, an invisible hand inside your body and massaging that tissue and all the tissues attached to it, because your skeletal muscle is on top of connective tissue or fascia. Underneath the fascia is fat. Then on the other side of the fat, you have another layer of fascia and connective tissue. And then you start to get into the organs. So everything is attached directly or indirectly. And so by directly being able to grab the skeletal muscles and pull blood into them and drain toxins out without even thinking about muscles or six-pack or nothing like that, exercise helps to clean the internal tissues and organs. So I think that it's a lot that people miss out on.
Listen, and then to add to that, it's the intention behind the exercise. The intention behind the exercise determines what you get out of it. Because if your intention or the emotion behind it is one of frustration, yeah, you could convert frustration into something that's positive by releasing it and expressing it. But if you're an angry motherfucker, like, and this is open for debate, I think eventually, as hard as David Goggins goes, the intention behind why he's working out is eventually going to catch up with his body. It's not.
I think he's faking.
But
I think he's faking.
But that's what I'm saying. It's going to catch up, because if you're doing it out of frustration or resistance to something, it's going to have a different. It's going to have a different biological.
I'm gonna tell you. Look, I think he's faking, because I think what it is this. This is just my take on it. I'm gonna tell you. My take on it is he was in a space in his life, and he was doing something in that space to manage what he was going through. Now he got popular in that moment. So that attitude is what has catapulted him to speaker. So now he gets paid to present that. Just I don't get it, like but I think at this point, because now he's a successful speaker. He has more money coming in that he could spend faster. Things are situated in his life. He can't really be that angry anymore. But that's the thing he markets. You know what I'm saying? So because I don't think he would be able to have maintained it this long. Because I'm in 100% agreement with you, just for the record. I don't think he would have been able to maintain this long if he was really that angry every fucking day. Like that's just too much.
That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, eventually, the feelings that we internalize catch up with us, because those feelings are either gonna determine which pathways stay open and which pathways get constricted. At the end of the day, I almost don't want to say the word, but what emotions and organs have it's a very deep connection. And so we have to be emotionally vibrant in order to be healthy. It don't matter what the fuck we doing. Well, I know a bunch of motherfuckers right now that they're the raw vegan gurus, the best herbs in the world, titty with the baseball, and one got a stroke. And it's more and more and more practitioners that do this stuff that I'm seeing are getting more, like lupus, herbalist in St. Thomas. She has lupus, like a well-known herbalist. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, yo, like we have grossly overrated the potency of eating good food, drinking water, and taking herbs is important, but we've really undermined getting your ass in the sun and breathing and doing some work, working out in the sun, walking in the sun, walking on the beach, simple shit.
No. And that's correct. And the simplest thing to get is what we giving everybody right now, what we giving each other. A good conversation. Because that's where that type of problem starts at. If you get lupus, that means that you weren't having the generational health conversations in your house. See, you need to know what the weaknesses is in your family and discuss those. And you need to know what the strengths is. You know what I'm saying? So like we got Jamaican, you know, my babies is mixed. They mama Jamaican, full blood. So I be letting them know. I'm like, yo, you know, you might want to jump on that track. You know, Jamaicans, you know, they got that ACT gene that.
Listen, Jamaican and Haitian, like you need physical work if you want your cellular expression to be healthy. You need physical work.
That's the point right there. My bad, but it's just what y'all saying right now is activating. I think it's a real big conversation with philosophy. That's why I even still deal with what I deal with. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people, what does that matter? You know, history and all that. But it's like it's learning how we were so we can understand how we are.
No, that's very important, brother. You're not even 1,000% correct. That's 1,000,000% correct.
So, epigenetics.
That's the way he was just saying.
Wait. Hold up. You just shifted the game real quick, Crip. So you just shifted the whole shit right now. We got to reset the culture.
Artificial intelligence. Is that your real icon? It's giving me a python. I think you need to see him. Eggplant to your DM. So I'ma put it on you in the worst way. That DHA got that melanin shake, and I call my spear for that shake the Francis Bacon. Listen, even if it's silicone or belly fat, I got a vegan substitute for that biscuit with a jelly at.
Hold up, they're saying we got an echo. Hold up real quick. Real quick, Inky, hold up. Crip Jesus, do you got a headphones, or are you using your computer and the mic is coming from the computer?
I got some headphones. I got a mic.
Put those headphones on so we can stop the echo, please.
Yes, peace and divine family. My bad, y'all, for popping up a little late.
Yo, no. Listen, divine timing. Listen, so here's how it goes. We done already put something together to bring us to a good point in the convo, because Saladin brought us back on point when we start getting off track. Because I need that. See, if I was alone, the people that they know, if I was alone, I would have went left. See, that y'all, they don't even know you, Salad. They already love you just for putting me back on track. Because everybody, we gotta get Inky. But you came in with that blackness, risk factor, kidney disease. Now we done had Holistic Jedi take us all the way inside the body and the mind and the heart and the soul and the spirit and the emotions. And then now Crip done came, which should be expected, and just took us right back to the street and said, listen, we got to go back to the ancestors to get the blueprint, blah, blah, blah. And so that brings us back to the black question of what does that mean? So before we get to that, listen, this video literally landed in our lap. I can't believe it was that simple, but I tried to do a quick edit, so hopefully it don't look too bad. Let me pull this up here so we can watch this joint here and then chime in on what we got. Like, we'll watch it once through. It's a few minutes, and then I guess we could go back and piece by piece maybe break down what we see going on in this clip here. So everybody mute up, please.
There used to be a time where you could get on YouTube and see intellectual minds still sharp and still. Now when you look all over social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, what do you see? A bunch of...
The word nigga has a specific and derivative of some racial. I realize that Dr. Umar and Tariq Nasheed are like are Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
Can you tell us how to keep our family members that's diabetic on pacemakers? Can you tell us how to keep them up? Yeah, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button.
The word Negro, in a lot of, well, first of all, it means black. It usually means black people.
You know how you got the class clown sitting in the back of the classroom and he's throwing spitballs. Meanwhile, you trying to take your test.
Now, what he's getting at is the fact that Chromazz, who I don't even know her ethnicity, I think is some type of Hispanic. However, she originates out of Toronto. She says the word nigga. And what we do find is that there's other races that use the word nigga very, they use it all the time. And they do claim it has zero reference to racism. It's because how they were.
Are you black? Or are you a nigga? Matter of fact, is a black person a nigga? Is a nigga a black person? Is melanin the requirement to be black or to be a nigga? Or do you need melanin and you have to grow up in the hood? Or you don't need melanin at all, you be any complexion and still be a nigga. Please get these books right here on the screen to get that actual historic and scientific facts on what this means for you and your family to be black or to be a nigga in 2024.
Or how other people around them have learned to speak or evoke vocabulary. So Charleston White's checking in to say, hey, nigga isn't a word that applies to Canada. The word nigga, which seems to be a derivative from the word Negro, has deep roots in African American slavery.
You know how you got the class clown sitting in the back of the classroom and he's throwing spitballs? Meanwhile, you trying to take your test?
Now, I do know that word, maybe not nigga, but Negro. The word Negro in a lot of, well, first of all, it means black. It usually means black people, like if we're talking about another type of language, for example, Hispanic language. Or not Hispanic, but Hispanic. Like, blacks would be Negro. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you need to read books. You sound so stupid. Like, you sound worse than the people you're critiquing.
The word nigga has a specific and derivative of some racial. Y'all realize that Dr. Umar and Tariq Nasheed are like our Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
Stupidest thing you could have said. Dumbest answer I ever heard. This is the stupidest answer. Stupidest thing I done heard.
Are you an idiot? He's really dumb.
Ignorant answer.
Listen. Only way you can be a nigga, you got to reject your family's teaching. Because all niggas reject their family's teaching.
You know how you got the class clown sitting in the back of the classroom and he's throwing spitballs? Meanwhile, you trying to take your test?
Listen. Only way you can be a nigga, you got to reject your family's teaching. Because all niggas reject their family's teaching.
What does that mean?
We don't. Nothing our parents taught us. We don't value education. We don't value working hard. Now that's the nigga. She wanna be an uneducated, miseducated woman. Man, you got privilege. And you
uneducated.
Man, you ain't no real niggas in Toronto. They got niggas in Canada.
Duh. There's niggas everywhere. You should know that.
But no, there ain't niggas everywhere. Niggas come from America.
You know how you got the class clown sitting in the back of the classroom and he's throwing spitballs? Meanwhile, you trying to take your test?
Because niggas come from America. Niggas got nappy hair. Niggas eat pork chops. No, it ain't niggas everywhere now. You got that confused, Miss Lady.
This is real life.
Because niggas come from America. Niggas got nappy hair. Niggas eat pork chops. No, it ain't niggas everywhere now. You got that confused, Miss Lady. And you ain't no nigga. Now, you just using the word nigga, but you ain't no nigga. And you can't use that word. Man, you can't my nigga me to them. And you ain't no nigga.
You know how you got the class clown sitting in the back of the classroom? He's throwing spitballs. Meanwhile, you trying to take your test?
I'm a real ass nigga.
You ain't no motherfucking nigga. You don't want to be nigga.
You don't know nothing about being. You don't know nothing about being no nigga. You can't call yourself. You can't sit down with your grandmama and say you a nigga. I can. With what? Sit down with your family. You can't be a nigga with your family. And you don't. Listen. Only way you can be a nigga, you got to reject your family's teaching. Because all niggas reject their family's teaching. You know how you got the class clown sitting in the back of the classroom and he's throwing spitballs? Meanwhile, you trying to take your test? Listen. Only way you can be a nigga, you got to reject your family's teaching. Because all niggas reject their family's teaching. What does that mean? We don't. Nothing our parents taught us. We don't value education. We don't value working hard. Now, that's the nigga. She want to be an uneducated, miseducated woman. Man, you got privilege, and you uneducated. Man, you ain't no real niggas in Toronto. You know how you got the class clown sitting in the back of the classroom, and he's throwing spitballs. Meanwhile, you trying to take your test. Man, shut your motherfucking ass up. You just talking. Are you black? Or are you a nigga? Matter of fact, is a black person a nigga? Is a nigga a black person? Is melanin the requirement to be black or to be a nigga? Or do you need melanin and you have to grow up in the hood? Or don't need melanin at all, be any complexion and still be a nigga? Please get these books right here on the screen to get the actual historic and scientific facts on what this means for you and your family to be black or to be a nigga in 2024. You couldn't stay in 2 days to be a nigga. I done got mad with this wannabe nigga. What is you in real life? Asian? You Asian descent? No. You ain't no motherfucking nigga. When last time you done gave a nigga some pussy? What? That's how you know if you're a nigga. When last time you done give a big dick nigga some pussy? That's how you know you're nigga. Cause niggas fuck niggas. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Don't talk that my niggas out there. Don't the man niggas love niggas. That you talking about niggas fuck niggas and pass diseases from one another. Stupidest thing you could have said. Dumbest answer I've ever heard. That's the stupidest answer. Stupidest thing I didn't hear. Are you an idiot? He's really dumb. Ignorant answer. You know how you got the class clown sitting in the back of the classroom and he's throwing spitballs? Meanwhile, you trying to take your test? No, they got to be. That's what niggas do. Yeah. You don't know nothing about no nigga talking about the What's wrong with this one? What is you, film to me or lying to me? You know how you got the class clown sitting in the back of the classroom and he's throwing spitballs? Meanwhile, you trying to take your test? You ain't no motherfucking nigga. When last time you ate some collard green with some fat back in it? I bet you or your mama don't know how to make hot water cornbread. You know how you got the class clown sitting in the back of the classroom and he's throwing spitballs?
Artificial intelligence. Is that your real icon? It's giving me a python. I think you need to see him. Eggplant in your DM. So I'ma put it on you in the worst way. That DHA got that melanin shaking. I call my spear for that shake, the Francis Bacon. Listen, even if it's silicone or belly fat, I got a vegan substitute for that biscuit with a jelly at.
Oh my God, I know some of that was rough to listen to, the language, the sexual references, and I know it's early in the daytime, people. I'm sorry, but you had to get that because what y'all don't understand is, here's the problem that we're also up against. We're up against these numbers. So when you look at how many people is watching me right now, that's how many people we reaching. When you look at 100,000 or viral clip, that's a viral clip. That's teaching. every source of information you tap into is teaching. So we got to, in order to get the community right, we actually have to sit the clean glass next to the dirty glass. Like, we have to be able to do that. So especially when that crazy mixed up conversation is what you're getting told when you go to the doctor and they tell you you got kidney failure, this, that. They tell you black. And so I'm at question number one. What does that mean? Does black mean that I have melanin? Does black mean that I'm a N-I-G-G-E-R, like hard ER, like nigger? Does it mean I have nappy hair? Does it mean that I eat pork chops? Because I don't eat pork chops. Right? I don't think, I mean, so do we hide STDs and pass them to each other on I mean, I just want y'all to unpack some of this stuff here with me. Like, how do y'all feel about what we just...
Crip Jesus, go ahead and build, baby. You started on something before. Get back to it.
This is my topic right here. I'm actually the author of, and Inky, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you've read more books than me. I believe I'm the first author to pen the manuscript of the Niggas. Like, I actually have a chapter in here called The Niggas. There's a chapter in here called The Niggas in the Blue Bible. Matter of fact,
that was epic.
Hey, my bad, y'all. I'm always holding up that old one. That's my personal one. But yeah, new copies right here on deck. Chapter 4.
Technically, I think you're the third person.
Chapter 4, the Niggas. I think people have talked about it, but I have a whole
hold on, Crip. I think you're the third person because we got to go with the Sumerian tablets, right? And then after the Sumerian tablets, we may have to include the Bible because, you know, the Bible references Jesus and his father as niggas.
That's the point of me being Crip Jesus. That's the whole point.
Yo, Inky, bro, you got the worst case of ADHD I've seen, bro. You got to let the God build, bro. He was getting
you did stop me. Hold on,
like 2 times, bro. Let
the guy build. Hold on, it's like I said, I pinned the thing on niggas, and the point is that I'm glad that that's where we're going with this because we're not just talking about black. We're talking about North American, Harlem, New York, Compton, California, New Orleans, Louisiana, Detroit, Michigan. What do these people have in common? Why do they, whether we hop on a plane and see each other in another, hey, what's up, my nigga? Why is this, why even after all the slavery and all that, does this word just hit us right here and we love it? What is this? What is the common denominator amongst the North American, quote unquote, black niggas? Well, here's the science behind that. I want to make one thing very clear that we've seen to let go of in this generation that Malcolm X warned us about. We just wasn't calling ourselves black about what 60 years ago. Whether we know it or not, whether we want to accept it or not, our grandparents walk around saying Negro. Proud to be Negro. They had organizations with Negro written on the front of the building. They had the Negro, you know what I'm saying? The Negro colored people community, like they were pushing these titles, Negro, colored. So we don't have to keep saying what is black. We need to stop acting like we made it up and let's go look at the people who put this title on us. It came around the 50s and 60s with us, the civil rights movement, but not the civil rights movement. Actually, it came from the Muslim movement in America of the black, what they called the black Muslims. They were the first ones to say, you're black. We're proud. We're black. We're black. What do we have in common? Whether you're Muslim, Christian, whether you go for this group or that group, civil rights, Martin Luther King, we're all black. They were the ones that come with that verbiage. And from there, it went into the musicians, such as the funk musicians in the 70s, James Brown, I'm black and I'm proud. We can pinpoint this. This ain't a mystery. This ain't, because even if you look at other languages, I hate when dudes be like, well, you know, black in this language, black in that language. That's a different word. Whether it's Negro, Negra, Kamoa, that's not black. So black as a term for us as pride, as unity, as a descriptive term that united us around the world. It was only 2 times this happened. We can pinpoint this. Marcus Garvey under the tutelage of Dusé Muhammad Ali, was able to organize a worldwide movement of all people being labeled Negro by the colonists to come together as Africans as one. That's when that identity, that's why still to this day, Pan-Africanism is based on the teachings of Marcus Garvey. Blackism, niggas talking about being from Egypt, saying the white man's the devil. Come on now. It ain't that shit he was talking about. It's the when Afros taking on the Swahili name, having a name like Shanika Johnson or Jamal Ibrahim Washington. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the 70s, 60s, a little bit at the end of the 50s. That had a lot to do with the NOI. Let's stop the front. That was the only time you seen black banks, black bakeries, black the NOI going against the mafia to help Muhammad Ali, you know what I'm saying, defending different people. The Black Panthers. This is an era here because that's the only era in not only just American history, a lot of history where you see Afros all over the place and shit, right? So here's the point. I want to land it with this.
Okay, good.
See that Charleston White's talking about? That's why they got rid of Malcolm X. That's why they came in and infiltrated the hip hop movement. They wanted to redefine blackness. That's what all them little TV shows in the early 90s and all that was about. They wanted to when they came with the public schooling and all that, they wanted to redefine what black means. When we started using that word black, it meant consciousness. It meant loving yourself. It meant you get what I'm saying? There's a time period you can pinpoint when we started doing.
Okay, hold on. See, now you got where I need that right there. That's what I was trying to flesh out, Saladin, because when I went around and asked people gave those types. You heard what he just said towards the end. He was like, well, black, it was self-love and it was consciousness. So
he went around the block. You did go around the block, Crip G. You lost a couple of people.
But no. But here's the thing. When I go to the hospital and the doctor tells me that my kidneys have failed because I am black, if I associate in my mind that black means self-love, how do I process that self-love caused my kidneys to fail? If I process, because I had a ex-Black Panther tell me that the word black means the opposite of white supremacy, that we was being oppressed by white supremacy, so they called themselves black as the opposite of whatever the white supremacy was. So I'm just saying,
all conversations all over the place, bro, and that be the problem with a lot of when it be just rhetoric and people watching us. And we just talk because we got knowledge and we don't know how to put that knowledge together.
We have to create a frame.
You have to have a framework. Yeah, you have to where you start. So that's why I wanted Crip Jesus to talk, because he started there, right? So he actually brought the Bible. I said he about to go there. He didn't go there, right? Where did I want you to go? I wanted you to go to Acts 13. That's where I wanted you to go, because the Bible actually refers to Jesus and his disciples as niggas, right? So that gives us an indication that if we have this book that we know was taken from older books in history and they are saying nigga in that book, then this sets a baseline of how long that word has been around. Now, even though the Greeks, they translated it, when you look at the Greek definition of nigga, it is dark-skinned black, right? Because definitions change over time and people, they go in there and sneak and change the definition while you're not looking. Sidebar, the Internet Archive right now is being hit by DDoS attacks because they don't want that information. They want to wipe out that history on the internet, just like they did Alexandria, the Library of Alexandria. Unsidebar. But we got now that we know that nigga really mean dark-skinned black, and you want to know about the association of sickness and blackness, then you already answered it, Inky. It can't be genetic because of your education on how much genetics has to do with kidney failure. So it has to do with the target. First of all, our economics, right? We don't eat well. A lot of us don't eat well because we can't eat well. Inky. You understand? They don't have the resources to really go in there and get those fresh vegetables, or even get access to fresh vegetables. And then when they do get access to vegetables or anything that is not contaminated with GMOs, I mean, we said it before, the amount of poison that is being put in the food, and the fact that we have a administration who's supposed to overlook the food regulation, which is called the FDA and the USDA, or they are compromised. We've seen them being compromised time after time after time. So they're just, when I really started looking at how much high fructose corn syrup is in the foods, and that is one of the main contributing factors of us having the diabetes and the high cholesterol and just unhealthiness altogether, it's not a mystery, bro, that more black people have these diseases because they don't have access to really eat well, bro. I'm gonna land it with that. Anybody else can take it.
Well, I wanted to say this though. My question, they didn't ask me what the nigga mean. He asked me what it mean to be black, and what does black mean, and why is Charleston White defining black as being ghetto, diseases, and all of that. So nigga, like you said, we can go further back. I'm putting a time period. Black didn't come until it was time for us to vote and figure out a word to galvanize the group as one in the common denominator. And you could pinpoint that as far as us here in America, not the whole earth, not the Greeks or Africans. I'm talking about right here in the US, Chicago, New York, Oakland, Sacramento. They started using that word to refer to themselves as black in the 50s and 60s. Our grandparents, not no ancient shit, none of that. Our grandparents, they were using the word Negro before that, whether they admitted to us or not. They was going signing. They were signing pieces. I'm not talking about what we say to each other in the kitchen. They were signing pieces of paper, marking off a box as Negro. We didn't start saying black until the 60s, 1964, I believe exactly. So at that time, in order to get us to start using it amongst each other, there was a movement with the NOI, with the Black Panthers and all of that to define this, because before that, who wanted to be black? Nobody. So it was like, black is great, black is beautiful, I'm black and I'm proud. We all know this. It's not a mystery. That's what set black up. Nobody was walking around saying black, black, black before that. They was Negro, Cherokee, whatever you was. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Louisiana, I'm Creole, whatever. So once black came, the movement to even get us to start using that word was positive stuff. That's why you saw dudes wearing afros, taking on Swahili names. This is a fact. They redefined it. That's why they had to come with the shit, with all the TV shows and the hip hop and all that. That's why you get a Charleston White sitting up here saying, oh, black is the past diseases. I bet you can't sit up there and say, I ain't even gonna say no other races because I don't want to get us,
right, YouTube, exactly. But
I guarantee you, he can't say.
Wait, no. Akademiks said that very thing that you were about to say. If you say certain races, then your whole thing get deleted. Yeah. He went into it.
Yo, real quick. Beyond Fair. What you talking about, bro? Let me read your message real quick, Beyond Fair. That's a lie, Saladin. Come on now. If you want to eat well, you will stop. Yo, bro, where you from and where you been? Who is you? Where you from and where you been? Right? Everybody look out the lens of their own eye. So maybe you got some bread. Maybe the people you associate with got bread, right? I'm a truck driver. I've been around this continent all by myself. This continent, North America, and I'm seeing how people don't have the resources. So don't make it seem like I don't know what I'm talking about when I tell you that people don't have the resources to, when they have to look at that paycheck and they got 3 kids because the father them ran off, or he claimed he was about to provide for the family, but he got locked up somewhere.
Wait. Or the mother done ran off. Maybe the mother ran off and the father.
In my story, the father got locked up for trying to sell drugs. In my story, son, word is born, right? So now she out here working at the Piggly Wigglies. Her paycheck look like lunch meat.
hold on. What's she doing that piggly wiggly, bro? What is happening? So wait a minute. Hold on. Let me tap in here. Let me tag in. Look, let me.
Yeah, he went around acting like everybody could afford.
Wait, let me jump off the top real quick
and
hit the family with an elbow real quick.
Beyond fair.
Let me say this, beyond fair. I do understand where you're coming from, but I haven't done this for 20 years. I'm gonna have to side with Saladin based on the information, because there's two things that's at play. A, it doesn't really matter about money and affordability. That's not the immediate issue, because John Q. Public does not even know that this whole food and illness and thinking and even your kids' behavior and school performance and like all of these things, people don't know this stuff. So the first thing that we need in order for people to change their minds, which has to happen way before they change their lifestyle, is that people need to get in new information. This thing that I'm sharing on the screen right here, it comes from this book. This is called The Drenqi is the Soul of Osiris. It's on Amazon. So when Charleston White broadcast to America with Akademiks that the word nigger comes from America, it means to eat pork, it means you got nappy hair and nappy hair is bad, and it means that you're dumb and you hate education and you don't like working and blah, 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 blah. Literally, he sounds like a white man off the plantation when he's saying that. And so it's difficult to resolve something like that if you have something like this. Now, this is an ancient pretext. And then we have to ask ourselves, if the word nigger came from America, what's it doing in the Middle Neck? If the word nigger came from America, how is it that there are countries literally all around the world with this name? Like literally there are countries all around the world that's the name of the whole country. That ain't even like the word is used in that country. We think the word is used here a lot. This is America. Imagine this place was called nigger. Like that, like we looking out our own lens. Like this cannot be an American thing. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a globe thing. Because you even have the goddess Naggars. So there's different spellings for this word that has come down to us from Sumer, and that's how it got into the Bible, Naggar, Nagaru, and the meaning in the Bible of Naggar and Nagaru is to actually be a craftsman or a mason or a builder that builds, you know, like teaching, a teacher. So a teacher, a craftsman, a carpenter, those don't even have genetic ties to it, because a white man, a red man, a yellow man, Chinese, German, guy from, you know, the Bronx, or guy from, you know, Nigeria, anybody can learn how to be a carpenter. So that's why I'm saying all of us have kind of fallen in love with these terms and the use of them. Cool, I'm with it. I'm one of them. But we haven't really pinned down the thing that distinguishes a Black person from a non-Black person based on the collective meaning. And this is where the problem comes in. So if one person says it's consciousness, wait, if one person says it's consciousness, another person says it means to go against white supremacy. I've had some folks say these are the original people, the Aboriginals. And then some folks said, no, these are the original Hebrew Israelites. And some folks said, no, Black means that you have melanin because you can see it on the skin. And I'm saying, okay, well, what about Drake? Drake's dad is Black. His mom is white. Is Drake Black? And then to take it a step further, people that don't have dark skin, they have white skin. Unless they're albino, they still have pheomelanin, which is a form of melanin. So technically, if melanin in and of itself makes you Black, everybody Black. Albinos are Black. So you see what I'm saying? And then if you go to the Moorish conversation and the Moors go, oh, of course not. Black is fake. It's a color. You got to go to your nationality. You're a Moor. Boom, boom, boom. I've been to Moorish meetings where there was white folks in there or Germans or Europeans or whatever. So I'm saying I just want us to come to this collective understanding somehow so we can start to move forward.
Can we? I almost just want to add one thing. I've been really quiet. If we all know that, let's say black people are the originators of all life on earth, then can we just all agree that everybody's black? It's just some people are blacker than others? And if we're gonna have this conversation, shouldn't it be wrapped around biochemistry and what's relevant as far as how to get people to be healthy based on what they need to do? Like outside of that, like it's just subjective, and it's never going to be defined because everybody's belief is going to be in one thing or the other. So it'll just be a never-ending story.
Wait a minute. Now, wait. Fit view though, because and I appreciate that view. I do because I understand a lot of things. However, most of the world doesn't operate from that point of view. They operate at a lower perception, and they have these people that are called subject expert experts, right? But real quick, you had Johann Blumenberg, right? Because it goes back to what Crip was talking about a second ago. He was talking about the black people. Where did the black? But we talked about a race class system. Who kind of like promoted the whole black thing, right? So you got to go into the European promoters of this. You know, that we all heard about before, and then America accepts this, and then the world accepts this race class system as these are the 5 or however many race class systems that we're going to use worldwide, and then they start promoting that right there, right? Because Crip did kind of touch on it a little bit, he just didn't go into it. But go ahead, Jedi.
So I think as long as we're having these conversations, the motherfuckers that created the terms to create the division because they're like, oh shit, we're all one, everything is connected. We can't let these motherfuckers figure this shit out. So they start naming everybody these terms, right? So as long as we having these conversations and we're not just let's just be real here. If the moon is gonna crash into the fucking earth, right, in 7 days. Whether you black, white, skinny, fat, and ugly, it don't matter. You know what's going to be happening? Motherfuckers, I might go ahead and, maybe I shouldn't say this on live, but, you know, I might say, you know what? I never had sex with a white girl. Let me see what the fuck that's like. You know, color's not going to fucking matter.
It's pretty
the only thing that's going to fucking matter is how are we going to spend the rest of our time. So, like,
I might go get me some lean. Hold up. I might go get me some lean.
Talk about it, man. Talk about it, man.
Hold up. I need me a Jim Jones drink. If a spaceship is hitting the planet,
listen.
I'm gonna have like 24 hours to catch up. Listen,
you guys are wild, but I am gonna get back on Marlboros. If I know it's hitting, I'm getting back on Marlboros. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm back full time, bro.
Look, back on Marlboros. Wait a minute. Hold on. This is going crazy. Look. As I want to bring this back to what bro was saying, we're going to have to go from the top.
Artificial intelligence. Is that your real icon? It's giving me a python. I think you need to see him. Eggplant in your DM. So I'ma put it on you in the worst way. That DHA got that melanin shaking. I call my spear for that shake. The Francis Bacon. Listen, even if it's silicone or belly fat, I got a vegan.
The world knew New York as Muslims, as gods. When I was growing up, we had knowledge itself.
That's the algorithm. So. You said the biochemical reality, and
what's the chemistry behind race? That's it.
So but you go there, Crip already laid it out by saying we got to get back to the blueprint. That's what made me go into my book, the GOAT book, and say, okay, I'm showing that the blueprint in terms of what's attached to this word, you got different spellings, but the blueprint attached to that word goes back 3, 4, 5,000 years. It goes back to Sumer, it goes back to Egypt, and it's never associated with low lives. It's never associated with ignorance. It's never associated with sickness. It's never associated with disease. It's never associated with the lower class. It's never associated with low standards, low quality eating, low vibration niggas. It's never associated with fakes, frauds, scamming. It's never associated with any of the things that we just listened to Charleston White say. And if we go, okay, well, that's Charleston White, we should clearly take that with a grain of salt. But then we got Akademiks who's doing his best to intellectually break it down, and he's not Charleston. He's really speaking from, he's so, the word nigga, it means black, and so yeah, we got to get to the Negro versus the nigger. And I'm like, this is the problem. The leaders in the community, the guys that have the million people platform, these niggas have not. So I don't know what the education level is. I don't know what the education level is, but I know that the internet needs the smart niggas. That's why we here.
No, the world need the smart niggas, bro. The world need us. But come on, ain't no money in. How can you control a people that's educated? You understand that? This is why in the story, he said, if you eat the fruit of knowledge, from the fruit of knowledge, you should surely die. He said, you should not surely die. Of course you will die, because you will not be the same person once you have this knowledge. So you're going to die. You understand? So there's no, for the oppressors in the capitalism and all that other stuff, there's no value in having educated people running around the earth. Like, where's that value at? No, keep them distracted at all costs.
Here's a genocidal. Here's a genocidal thing that you uncovering though. If we know that we can't really establish a scientific association of black to people definitively because it's subjective, or everybody's got different definitions or ideas about it. The more say black is a color, we know scientifically black is not a color. Black is not a color. White's not a color, right? It's like, I'm just saying all of these ideas, we need some work around this stuff. But the thing is, my problem is academia. Because if a hospital, see, my thing is, I'm going beyond Charleston White. I'm going beyond me, you, Jedi, Crip. I'm going, if a hospital is telling people that are dying, the reason they're dying, the large rich factor, is because they're a black person. People have to start putting them on the spot and saying, what is that? What does that mean?
I want Crip to talk. I want Crip to talk, but and then I'm gonna go into how not Rothschild, the other one. He totally took over the healthcare system. Andrew Carnegie and Rockefeller. They totally
it was Rockefeller's. It was Rockefeller's pops, and they created the microbiology. I got you. Hold on, because here's the thing: you got to understand, science is the thing that is the foundation for what politics and corporations are going to do. Global resources are moved, and policy and all that based on science. So we always have to keep in mind, we have to separate our opinions from because what the world says is fact, what the world says is science, is what they're going to move on. Everybody, even in Clubhouse, where you find the most ignorant chaos, everybody's trying to produce a receipt. So it's still, you got to accompany whatever you putting forward with a receipt.
I got all those receipts. Let Crip get busy. Crip, get busy, bro.
Man, y'all niggas make me forget what I was gonna say.
Oh shit! Don't do that, because I'm ready to go. Let me tell you.
That's that black shit. Look. Let me talk, man. Hold on, man. Y'all niggas black as hell. That's the problem with black right there. What y'all do? Listen, brother. Black. Let's just pinpoint this real quick. Let's stop faking Like we set up somewhere, like our grandparents set somewhere, came together and said, we are black now. We're gonna, let's be real. Because I did 15 years in prison. I've experienced blackness. Some people haven't, unfortunately. So for some people, it's just lip service. I've experienced what it's like to be treated differently because you're black. And anybody associated or affiliated with you, even if they're not black, but they want to dress or look or talk or identify with you, they can get it too. It doesn't matter what we sit up here and say. If me, you, and the brother sitting here all come from different places, speak different languages, have completely different bloodlines, but somebody want to maul us down in the middle of the street because as far as they're concerned, we all black. But then we go around the corner and have an argument about, well, does it mean this or does it mean that? The history lesson. That's the truth. It is. We pass all that now. If you go to Jamaica, Brazil, or anywhere, there's different colored people there. I know we don't think that in America because we got an ethnocentrism here where we think we know everything. But when you go to other countries, there's a black-white dynamic. There's a black-white dynamic in Brazil. There's a black-white dynamic in Mexico. Nigga, there's a black-white dynamic in Jamaica where we think it's all black. It's not. This is a dynamic that's been
Here's
going.
the problem with what you're saying, though. Listen. Here's the problem with what you're saying, right? And this is why I'm saying we have to move past being arbitrary and nail things down. Because you saying that there's white and black people in Jamaica, that means that you're using some type of protocol to judge that on. But if we go with self-love, right? If we go with self-love as the defining characteristic of blackness, then you could say that the white and black is, are we saying like the white?
No, I can't just say that because I'm talking about experience and I'm talking about your daughter getting mauled down the middle of the street. I'm not talking about us having intellect. I'm talking about real things that's happening are happening because one group identifies as white and the other group identifies as black. That's beyond our opinion. When that white dude went and shot them people up in that church, he didn't do it because he thinks it means self-love and all this deep shit we saying. He did it because of what that word white means.
I don't agree with the self-love thing. I don't even agree with the black thing. I'm green. If you ask me, I identify as green. So I just, for the record, I just want to say, but I don't share any of these ideas.
But you get what I'm saying, Inky. Even if you identify as that and say I'm green, I'm better. I have moved past that. Somebody will still hurt you, harm you, deprive you of rights, and all of that based on what they define as black. And that's what I'm trying to say. We never defined.
Listen. Wait. Hold on.
Ourselves amongst them lines.
You're just listen. Mm-hmm. But that's part of the problem because that person that would go out and hurt somebody because they think that they're white and the person they're hurting is black is uninformed by the same system. Hold on. You're not listening.
You're making it
because the same. No. You're not listening. Listen. The pretext is not Charleston white and ignorant niggas on YouTube and Clubhouse. That's just where things reverberate. What I'm talking about is hospitals. I'm talking about academia. I'm talking about what's
I'm talking about
in
that.
schools.
You're not letting me build. Let me build.
Listen, hold on. Listen, Crip. You gotta listen.
Brother, I'm going to stop.
Inky, hold on. Let me hear Crip. Let me hear Crip.
It's a conversation. Look, I'm saying this. Them hospitals and all that, they're in all these different countries, like you're saying, right? And they're doing this in Mexico. They're doing this in Brazil. There is a black dynamic. I'm not saying it's not a problem, Inky. I agree with you. I'm saying the problem is that we're not understanding that this goes beyond identity. This has to do with a biochemical profile of ours that you talk about. That's why we got to buy 50 of your books because they don't got them for the quote unquote black. You see what I'm saying? Like they have a whole different science for us.
Well, that so I agree with 1,000%. But I'm just saying that
who's the us? Is it people that self-love?
What I'm disagreeing with is the root, because I'm saying that babies are not born that way. White babies, yellow babies, orange, like babies are not born thinking that. They got to learn that racism and learn the difference in the privilege and who it's okay to attack, who it's not okay to attack. If I attack this group of people, they're more vulnerable to certain, like they got to learn this stuff. And that's why I'm saying it gets worse when it goes from the KKK person and then our own people start teaching that. We didn't see no white people teaching that today on the video. Who we got teaching that is Charleston, Akademiks, and blah, blah, blah. Now, the funny thing is, Aiden Ross is sitting behind the scene, and Aiden Ross is facilitating that conversation and instigating that conversation. So that's another part that people may not have caught in the video. But I'm saying, if this is in the scientific literature, it is accepted as fact, even though it is very ridiculous and founded on nothing. And millions of our people are dying thinking that this is a real thing. And it's not. It's just that nobody has picked it apart.
So I want to say something. So hold on, I'm not either here. So you're saying there's no difference. That's just a word. So there's no difference between original people and other types of people.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's just a word thing. It's just a word. We can be in we can be in China. Look, we could be in China and it could be a darker dude that's taller than everybody in the village, and they call him something. They call him the Negro. This is just biological.
So, but what I'm saying is, listen, it's more a thing that's attached, really centered around your environment, which is spoken directly to by nationality. So that's why I do agree with a lot of the Moorish brothers, because that's how you pin down, and that's what really influenced your biology. It's not about saying, does a person have melanin or not? Because everybody has melanin. So if melanin is the defining characteristic of black, there's no such thing as white people, unless we're talking about only albinos. Everybody else will be black. And so then we have to talk about environment and resources.
Black mean me. Black, like if you got like black
the same respect you want me to give you and let you finish, you gotta let me finish. So that means that when we look at the panorama of people that have melanin, even if we're talking about you melanin dominant, you still got to go from people Saladin complexion to people Jedi complexion to people your complexion to people my complexion. We all 4 different complexions, but we would be called black folks regardless, right? So, so the differences don't necessarily equate to blackness, because I could be any shape, size, height, or color and have self-love or consciousness or be against oppression or any of those philosophical ideas that people associate with blackness. When I grew up in the Bronx, and we was in the wasteland of the Bronx in the late 70s, early 80s, out in the street, we had white folks in our neighborhood. They was eating welfare cheese. They was dealing with whatever, and cops was coming through the neighborhood and whooping their ass just like they was, like it wasn't no different. They was right here. So I'm saying all of these ideas, because I've had people tell me being black means that you have to be an African American and be from the hood. If you're an African American and you're from the suburb, you ain't really black, because you ain't been in the hood experience. I had Mark Lamont Hill tell me that black meant quarter waters and listening to Too Short. Listen to what I'm saying. Mark Lamont Hill is an accepted scholar. This nigga be on Fox 5 and CNN, and he's teaching people that it means to drink quarter waters and listen to Too Short is how you identify with
but when you do give me time, I want the entirety. So let me know when I could get in here, bro, because I want to break some things down, right? Because it got to do with all we talking about, but we jumping over some things, right? Here's a book here, right? That's the book I was telling you about. Rockefeller Medicine Men in Capitalism in America. In my opinion, when we're talking about this, you have to go there, because those guys had the power to reshape education on a whole different level. So what he did was genius, because he went to the root of education. So if there was no licensure or license department for hospitals, which there wasn't, and doctors and all that, he created it himself. He infiltrated the universities that actually taught health,
so
the framework for health.
So the way he made up the American Medical Association seed, but before he started that, because he was selling snake oil, literally.
Yes.
Shout out to Victor. He's selling it now. But he was selling snake oil back then, and then so they created their own thing to keep whatever scam, they ran. Now, the funny thing is the naturopathic facilities was already, and they was teaching about the herbs, the water, fruits, vegetable, getting the right amount of sun and blah, 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 blah. Yes. That's what that early protocol was that Rockefeller and them shut down and did their thing. Yeah, and then they went even further and they invested $50,000 to each university.
Yes.
To create a new science that was going to be called eugenics, but because there was so much backlash at the time, trust me, I done read that book in your hand probably about 75 times.
Fix your mic, Inky. They saying fix your mic, bro. Fix your mic. But and everything you're saying, you are absolutely right.
Yeah,
so
you sound far away from the mic, bro.
Okay, I'm back. I just moved it away from my bad.
My whole point in that is when you can control the dialogue and the framework for how people are being educated, and then you give that 4 generations, then people forget how doctors are not trained to cure you. Doctors are trained to look at the ailments and basically suppress what's going on, but they're not trained because it goes back to what I said a second ago. There's no capitalistic value in healing a person. Right. So therefore, we're just going to suppress it. This way we could give them our synthetic medicine because they have demonized all of the natural remedies and all of it. They call them quack jobs and all of that to this day. Right. But when I look at in philanthropy, before I get off this soapbox, they revolutionized philanthropy. It's like in chapter 1. So if I can give $1 million to the most popular black guy in your state, and then he runs around and he does my bidding, you understand? Then we forget this book right here. I'm telling you, if y'all could go get it, y'all could start to understand the game, the same playbook. They keep running us on it. So when you look at a Black Lives Matter and then cognitively it don't make sense in your head, you're like, wait, Black lives do matter, right? So you don't understand why people going against Black Lives Matter. Why would you say that? Black lives do matter. It's not about that. It is about the propaganda that is hidden with underneath like a Trojan horse in that message. So if you don't, at first glance, it look like, yeah, Black lives do matter. Then you look at it like, wait, what you trying to get us to do, bro? You want us to go this way? Yeah, I was trying to get, because Black Lives Matter, I want you to go left. All right, I guess Black Lives Matter, I'm gonna go left. They revolutionized the framework for how we got our health. They say what healthcare is, and it's just not in healthcare. It's in all education at the top coming down. This is why this channel here is important, because we are able to articulate what happened, right? We should be able to, the 4 of us sitting up here. Nah, this is where they went wrong. This is where a value of a channel like this is necessary, because they will always try to rewrite history. I just want y'all to know why they're trying to do it. It makes sense. It's no money in what, there's more money in what they doing. So if you want the money, then hey, you're gonna join that side. But holistically, this is why these things happen. This is why these things happen, man. Yo, the show's still going?
Brother, yeah, no, I'm here.
Oh.
I'm just no, man, I like how you brought that all together. That's the truth. That's the truth. We should just focus on things.
Yeah, keep building, man.
Yeah. I guess I keep building. I don't know what's going on there, but we went from me not being able to talk
knock them down, man.
Yeah. Do it just being on me. So I'll just take my time. Going back to the philanthropy, he was able to even give to the NAACP. Like when you look at the NAACP, people don't even know that wasn't even all started by just what we would call Black people, right? And again, I don't agree with these terms. It is the terms that was the collective of the people have decided upon that said we're going to use these labels, right? And when you're living in a society, it's like, okay, you're outvoted, man. That's what it comes down to. So yeah, a lot of people tell me, I don't associate with Black. Pardon self. I'm not trying to get into this conversation with you. The majority have said this is how we're going to label people, and I'm just using the label. You understand? I don't agree with it either, but I don't expect to have this conversation with you every, like, that would be 1,000 conversations a day. Yo, I'm not a Black person. I'm a Moor. I'm not this. Yo. Tell that to the people that decided that these are the labels we're going to use. As long as you truly understand, that's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? You understand the history of something. But given to the fraternity, organizations like NAACP, and this is just an example, right? I'm not trying to harp on them. I'm just trying to tell you how philanthropy is not always a good thing, or it could hurt our situation. It wasn't started by all Black people. Not that it had to be. You understand? I don't know if there's anything wrong if it was started by some white people and some Black people, but it is kind of deceiving. And also, I think people were put in there to make sure that the narrative stays on code a little bit, like the vision for the NAACP stays on code. Right. And we're starting to see more and more of organizations that look like they represent the melanated Black people, whether it be FBA organizations. There was another one that Tariq Nasheed came out of before he was FBA. He was with somebody else. And then when you really look back at the foundation of these organizations, because that's what I learned to do now. I sit back and I say, okay, who was you funded by? Who gave you the bread? Where'd you come out of? A lot of times, not saying Tariq Nasheed took any bread from anybody that was trying to steer him in a certain direction, but I would like for us to start looking at things in organizations like that rather than just running and going with it because they're starting to get a little name in social media, this, that, and the third. While I'm up here, let's get into Edward Bernays. You understand? Who is the father?
Take him there.
Of crystallizing the opinion of people. Who is the nephew of Sigmund Freud? You understand it? And it goes back to, again, when I don't ask me why the European scholars were regarded so much. I don't know why to this day, right? Because truth be told, Johann Blumenbach, that was a dissertation that he wrote when it came to the 5 categories of races. That was, and America just kind of like took it and, this is what we using. This sounds good, right? Europe took it, America took it. This is what we doing. Edward Bernays, man, that guy was truly something else, and to the point where they teach courses in college on how to crystallize the American, that's not the American opinion, but the human opinion of a thing, right? And major PR firms use this, right? So this is a real science that we're up against, but there are so many variables of distractions, right? Even when it comes to what we're talking about today, race and health, we can't boil it just down to if you Black and will you have diabetes or high. No, there's so many variables here that are in play, but also over the years, everything has become faster and faster and faster and faster, right? Even when it comes down to the restaurants and us getting food. Fast food, right? Even to production, right? We went from being able to make cars over a certain amount of months to making cars over a certain amount of days due to new technology, and everything had to be faster. And we've never gotten off this fast trip. So when people market now, it's like, okay, how fast can I get something in front of you and keep your attention? So it's nonstop. We got 5 different social media platforms that's all trying to keep our attention in the microseconds and just keep it. Everything is fast. So no one has time now to slow the conversation all the way down and like, you know, a show like this and like, yo, let's explain what's going on. What happened? Ain't everybody left, bro?
It got crazy, man. Yeah. It got crazy. It got crazy, man. It got crazy. My whole side shut down.
Oh,
my computer shut down. But listen, first episode, you know, this all this was, you know, it was still a really good episode.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It was still a really good episode. We still went in. Look at who we got in the building, bro.
Yeah, I seen Sanetta come in earlier. Shout out Sanetta.
Man, this was a good show, man. We had Sanetta in the building. We had Harlem and 050. We had Marv in the building. Yo, we had some folks in the building. Of course, the family is in the building, right? We're at 77 and blah, blah, blah. I see some of your people. These got to be your people, Saladin, tapping in.
Maybe. I'm going to tell you the truth, bro. I deleted my channel this morning.
I'll fall on the ground. What you mean you deleted your channel?
We'll talk about it behind the scenes, bro. But I'm over here now. If they want to, I don't know if they my people, but I'm over here, bro.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk off the scenes. Listen, I think the talk off the scenes is coming soon because we almost at 2 hours, and I guess we never even figured out what the time slot, like how I guess we just gonna flow till we flow, but
it should be 2 hours. I cut my shows at 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Just after that, it's a done deal, bro. You know, but we can make we're gonna talk behind the scenes because we got
stuff to do. Yeah, and we got to figure out how to make it better. But I think it was good because see, here's the thing. I couldn't really address this good by myself because we can't see all the different perspectives. So I have a perspective. Crip has a perspective. You got a perspective. Jedi got a perspective. All of our perspectives in a sense are all wise, right, and exact, but they're just perspectives. I think collectively for us to move as a people, though, we got to decide to pump it, dump it, figure it out, what we're going to do with it. Are we going to give it away? Right? Because are we still having arguments about certain people saying nigga if it means nothing? Like if it means nothing, and you know, let anyone can say it then. Like why? I mean, we're selling it to people. It's all over the music. We got to figure this out because it's being termed as the cause of diabetes and kidney disease and death and things that are only really happening to us at large numbers. So that's where the concern is coming from.
Well, we lost the history of the word. That's what it really comes down to. And then no one really wants to know the history. All they know is the redefinition of it, the way it was. That's why I went into Edward Bernays, the way it was repackaged and given to the people. So it was attached to something.
Listen, we go into that. Okay, so I got a book called Black People, Cops, and Kidneys. And in that book, I have one of the brothers, actually I have 2 brothers that actually went into Bernays, his book and what he was saying, because a lot of the race cultural ideas, at least the ones that permeate the culture today, come from him and a lot of the stuff that Charles Darwin had put out there and the guy with the beans, Mendel, and some of those ideas. So, but some of that stuff is just foolishness. It's not even really relevant. We got to get around that. And so, we got to have some of these. It's a passionate conversation, though, because whatever we have called and defined black as, a lot of us are in love with that. Period.
Yes, black ignorance is a $1 billion business. That is a fact. That is just and that's why most people choose. See, what we're choosing to do is honorable, I guess, but it's not going to bring in the fast money like what 050 was choosing to do in China Brim.
Or Hassan Campbell over there, right?
Hassan Campbell, who has a hybrid.
Wait. No. He has done Charleston. No, Charleston the worst. Charleston said, you saw the video already. I mean,
yeah, but they kind of do the same. They kind of do the same thing, right? And they're choosing to get money because they're saying, I've heard them say like, yo, I'm not out here trying to save no people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather get to the bag. And I understand it.
Some people, their idea is I gotta save myself and my people.
That's right.
And when I say my people, I mean like my kids, my lady, or whatever.
Right.
You know, whatever's my immediate household. And I can't knock that because
right. I don't knock it. I don't.
Yeah, unless you're being remunerated for your effort to work on other folks, you should just focus on yourself. But go ahead, close us out, man. You was the cornerstone today. So get us out of here.
Just to summarize everything, man. Shout out to the brothers Jedi, Crip. And when you come back up, Crip, the people want to know why you label yourself Crip Jesus. And actually, I would like to hear the story as well. We have Dr. Inky. You do remember he has multiple of books on Amazon right now.
I think he's on his phone because his icon's still in the studio. But so I'd like to bring him back on. If you could hear us, Crip, definitely turn your camera on so you can jump back on real quick. But yeah, I think he faded.
This is our very first show. We're going to be doing more because these type of dialogues absolutely need to be present, right? Because it's being overrun by just conversations where people don't, that word ignorant, people just don't know. You don't always have to look at it as a negative thing. People don't know. I call it barbershop talk, right? You know how much it take to actually learn something, like go out and learn something, sit there and open up a book and read it and comprehend it and go over it again and again till you fully understand it. Everyone's not going to do that. They could go to the barbershop, sit there in the chair and learn from someone who's just talking. Now, the problem is we don't even know if that person is edgy. We don't know where he learned that information. So I call it barbershop talk because people just out here spewing anything, but he sound confident when he's saying, so he must be right? Brother called me this morning, talk about how Zip with the Drip is the truth. And first of all, Bimmy's a rat because anytime you sign an affidavit, that's a sign of admission of guilt right then and there. I had to stop the brother. I don't know how many times I told this brother. Who told you that, bro? Okay, none of that is true.
Hold on. You done talked us back into a show. Listen, because now that's a thing. Because we didn't even get to touch on that. Is criminal mean black? Because that is also another caveat that I heard when asking people about black, is that black means that you was in the street and you was doing this and you were part of, you're not a civilian because you in the street culture and da-da-da-da-da. So that's black. So if that is what black is, right? Then if black means criminal, then that opinion becomes valid. You're not supposed to sign an affidavit because criminals technically shouldn't be dealing with legal papers, right? But a legal person, like I'm and here's my beef with a lot of this Bimmy talk in the first place. Bimmy's not a street guy. That y'all are talking about the 80s. Bimmy is a businessman. Bimmy's a regular person. So like none of that is even a relevant conversation, but it's just content for views at this point. But it's not relevant to a business person because he's not going to be buying drugs or selling drugs or doing illegal shit with anybody anywhere at any time anyway. So
depending who you're talking to, a black person is not a business person. A black person is a criminal. You understand? Because we're looking out our own lane.
That shit is crazy. Artificial intelligence. Is that your real icon? It's giving me a python. I think you need to see him. Eggplant in the DM. You always know what to say, so I'ma put it on you in the worst way. That DHA got that melanin shaking. I call my spear for that shake the Francis Bacon. Listen, even if it's silicone or belly fat, I